Take it really slow or go really fast. But in order to really take advantage of the system, you need to look at buying or figuring out your own strategy, your own risk tolerance for buying multiple properties. This is a dream team that we have. Everybody's not represented here tonight, but Property Source, which is visionary, rehab lenders, which I'll talk about, appraiser, very important part, and Susan will talk about that. Inspector goes out and inspects as the rehab is done. Contractors, very important. Closing attorney, make sure everything is right, legal, no kitchen table closings. Insurance company, very important. Tenant finding service, which you can also put in there, tenant finding / property management. And then a real estate agent, like Lamar. All right, let's do a couple quick examples. I'm going to get into private lending, and I want to make sure Susan has a good amount of time. Buy, refi, and hold. Let's look at this as an example. Say ARV. Does everybody know what ARV is? After repair value, after fix-up value, how much the house is going to be worth once it's fixed up. R. Say ARV is $140,000. So your price that you buy it at is $82,000. The repairs that need to be made are $14,000. So that's $96,000 total, which is, so you get a loan for $98,000, which is 70% of that R, which will cover your purchase price, your repairs, and some of your closing costs. Okay? So you cash out at 85% ARV, or 85% of what the house is going to be worth when it's fixed up. 85% of $140,000 is $119,000. Okay? Remember, your first loan was $98,000, and say you paid $3,000 in holding costs, which are your mortgage payments, utilities, security system, whatever. And so, $119,000 minus your $98,000 first loan minus $3,000 in holding costs. And say you put $4,000 of your own money into this deal up front. So you're going to cash out $18,000 less $4,000, which means you got net cash of $14,000 tax-free, and you've also got $21,000 in equity from this one property. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's how an 85% cash out refinance strategy would work. All right, here's an example of buy and sell. ARV, $130,000.
Got a flat tire.
Yeah. Wait till that goes by. All right, you got purchase price of $70,000. You've got repairs of $15,000. Okay, so that's $85,000 total. Say you get a private loan of $91,000. So that's 70% of $130,000. So most of your closing costs are going to be taken care of in this loan. Say you decide to sell it for $125,000 because you don't need to get every single dollar out of it. You want to sell it quickly. Or say you sell it for $130,000, but you have to pay a real estate agent $5,000 or real estate agents. So either way, your net sales price ends up being $125,000. So your profit, your money, would be $125,000 less your first loan of $91,000. Let's say you had $7,000 in holding costs and miscellaneous costs because you decided to sell it. And as most people would agree, it's going to take you a little longer to sell than it is going to take you to find a tenant or a lease option tenant. So you get $125,000 minus that $98,000, which will leave you $27,000, which is the $98,000 being your first loan plus your holding costs. So that's your profit, $27,000, which is taxed. Which Susan will talk about cash out refi versus buy and sell. So that is taxed, but that goes in your pocket. All right. One more example. Buy, refi, and hold 2. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. Say it's $145,000 after repair value. $85,000 purchase price. $13,000 in repairs. So you get $101,500 of a private loan, which is 70% of $145,000. So you got that loan. So you refinance at 90%. Which Susan will talk about kind of the benefits and of going 80 versus 85 versus going 90. So you get so your new loan at 90% is $130,500. Okay? So you would end up cashing out in this example $130,500, that's $101,500 minus, so you had $3,000 in holding costs, equals $26,500 less the money that you put in, $4,000 in this example. So you'd have net $22,500 plus $14,500 in equity. Does that make sense? Everybody kind of see how the buy, refi, and hold versus buy and sell works and why you would like to do that? Because of the money, right? All right. Now I'm going to talk about getting the money before I bring up Susan. The private money. Is anybody familiar with private lending? Can you tell me what a private loan would do?
Yeah, private money is different from conventional, where you're gonna give you money to buy the property as well as to renovate the property.
Right.
It could be from a hard money lender, or it can be from a private investor who just has cash.
All right, well that's it. That's all. I'm done. Now, he's right. Private lender will loan you purchase price and repairs and some of your closing costs, versus a conventional lender, which is going to loan you. You know, if you're buying a house for $100,000 and they're going to loan you, give you a 90% loan, you're going to have to bring a 10% down payment, which in that example would be $10,000. And a conventional lender is not going to loan you the money to rehab it. They're going to loan on pretty houses. So let's talk about the reasons to use private money. Private money, the first one is speed. Things happen very fast in real estate. And private money, whether it be from a hard money lender, like the gentleman spoke about, or a private individual, will close pretty fast. You're not going to have to wait for a bunch of committee approvals or long drawn-out process. You can save on your down payment. You know, I'm talking, most of our properties are probably between the $3,000 and $6,000 range in terms of the money that you have to bring out of your own pocket. But if it was a conventional loan, even if you got a 90% loan, you still have to bring 10%, and if it's $100,000, that's $10,000 plus closing costs. In addition to that, so it saves you a significant amount of money on your down payment. You can build a relationship. This is we work with several good hard money lenders in Atlanta, and some of them who are out of state but loan in Georgia, and they like to develop a relationship with you. So that even if you decide to use them through our system, and then, hey, for whatever reason, you decide to go somewhere else, you can still have that relationship with them. But that's the thing that's important, especially in real estate, is your relationship. You know, people say it's location, location, location. I would say it's relationship, relationship, relationship. Because if you've got someone that's a private lender that's got $200,000, $1 million, $5 million, $10 million on your side, whatever deal you're looking at, I mean, that's pretty powerful. And if you've done several deals with them, then you know they're going to be there for you when you need them. Like I said, get money to purchase and rehab, not just money to purchase. That's clear. No committees. Hard money lenders are generally pretty easy to work with. You know, although